Hi everyone. Well, today I'm in the pine forest that I've shot the last couple videos in. However, it might look a little bit different because you haven't seen all of this trash. And as I was walking through here today, I was looking for a location that would be good to shoot in, and I realized, this trash is kind of a good metaphor for the way that people sometimes appear online. And if you follow any Bible studies online, which I assume you do because you're watching my video, it's a good metaphor for sometimes how the way that teachers present themselves versus the reality. And that masking of reality is intentional. For example, the last time I was here, I filmed almost in this exact same spot, but I moved all of the pieces of trash out of my shot so that, it looked like I was in this clean, pristine, nature preserved, untouched by human hands, right? But that wasn't actually the way that it was. You got to see kind of the polished final product, and it was presented in a way that I liked. And there's some danger to that. In fact, it's the same danger that's been complained about with a lot of social media. That is, when people present online, they only have to show you a polished final product, right? Makes them look good, makes them look smarter, intelligent, or like they know what they're doing. And the same thing can happen with Bible study. In fact, I find myself falling into the same trap. That is that I won't make a video unless I feel like I've gone to my Bible and found something unique or special, or I have a great way to express myself, or I have a deep thought. And if I go to my Bible and I get nothing out of it, well, you're not going to see those times. And it can leave people feeling like, well, some of these teachers seem like they have a profound thought every time they open up their Bible, and I don't get that. So, am I studying wrong? Am I just not smart? Am I doing something wrong? Do I not know how to study? What's the issue here? In fact, the reason that I wanted to make this video today was because I had an experience that I thought I should present by way of honesty and by way of presenting reality for what it actually is. I had presented a lesson from Psalm 2 and Psalm 3, and I was like, Psalm 4, this should be easy. Just do a nice little series. If you've ever read Psalm 4, it's harder than the first three. In fact, I looked at it and I was like, okay, I don't really understand this. So I got in, dug in, and started studying, maybe spent an hour, and then I was looking at what's the flow here? What's the point? What's the main idea? This wording is weird and some kind of poetry deal, and I don't know what's going on. And so I was like, I'll figure it out. Spent I don't know how long I spent on it, but I came to the end of it and I was like, I don't know what to do with this. I don't really feel like I've got any great ideas or anything worthy of presenting. And it's like, maybe this was fruitful, maybe it wasn't, I'm not really sure. And this is kind of where I was last night. And so I wanted to present this because I wanted to show that there's a back end to this process. And don't ever let anyone cause you to believe that, every time they go to the scriptures, it just opens itself up in some great revelation. Everyone has times when they're just like, I don't know what this is about. And maybe you just have to come back to it. Maybe you store it away for later. And don't think that those times are fruitless, though. Anytime you open your Bible, it's fruitful. But everyone has times when they're just like, what is going on here? Found myself a pine cone grenade. These ones are dense, man. These would hurt if you hit somebody. But that reminds me of another thought, not the pine cone grenade, but this idea about going to the scriptures, not getting anything. And there's this idea I've heard expressed a bunch of times, and that is that the Bible is easy to understand. Anyone can understand it. You just open it, pick it up. It's plain and simple English, no problems. And yeah, that's true for a lot of it. Some concepts, but there's other things in the scriptures that are really difficult to understand. You can sit and rack your brain over them for hours and you're still struggling. You got to dig into the history, dig into the language. So there are parts of the Bible that are going to be hard. You're not going to get them the first time that you read them. You're going to have to, a lot of ideas and concepts in the scriptures are going to have to evolve in your mind and mature over time. It's not just something you sit down and it's like, oh, it's easy. And I think because we mention, I've heard that expressed so often that sometimes new Bible students think that they should just get it right off the bat. And that's not always the case. So don't be discouraged. I grew up being taught the Bible, and I'm still like a halfway mediocre maybe Bible student, and I still have a lot of issues now, 30 years later or whatever. So, if you're in a place where you feel stuck or like you're not getting anything, that's natural. Just keep going. And sometimes when you read other passages, they shed light on those passages that you were confused about, and the light bulb comes on and you get them. And sometimes it just takes time. So don't get discouraged. If you had a terrible time in the scriptures yesterday, pick it up again today and keep going, progressing on. And that's what I'm doing, and that's what everybody's doing. Don't let anybody fool you.